down the basement, lock the cellar door, and baby, talk bloody to me.
Hi, and welcome to another exciting episode of Talk Bloody to Me. I'm Matt,
And I'm Brizzy.
and this week we are getting in the holiday spirit, counting down to Christmas, and we have a holiday favorite since last year, Mr. Art the Clown. I have him hanging up here in my room, uh, for Terrifier 3. And
Woo! I love Terrifier 3.
you know,
Love it.
you may have seen some images of Art the Clown dressed as Santa Claus. If you're not into horror and you've seen a weird looking guy with a white face in a Santa suit, and you're like, what the hell is that? That's Art the Clown, and he's Santa for Terrifier 3. And
Yeah.
you saw this in the theater, didn't you, Breezy? Well, I mean, we
Yes,
both did,
yes, I
but you saw
did.
this like opening night, is what I meant.
I believe so. I think it was on opening night. No, actually, I don't think it was opening. I actually don't remember.
Okay.
But I do remember seeing it in theaters with a couple of Crypticon buddies, and man, that was good.
Yeah. I didn't I was invited to go with that group, and like I couldn't because of I had to work or something, but then I ended
Yeah,
up going like a few days later, and I saw it in the theater too. And
yeah,
man, oh man, it's something else. So
yeah. It's
so
intense.
yeah, it is. If we've talked about All Hallows Eve and Terrifier, All Hallows Eve, the first appearance, well, kind of one of the first appearances of Art the Clown,
Yeah,
and then Terrifier, the first one, and we've talked about Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3. Some people say they like 2 better, some people say 3 is the best one yet. Where do you we'll get to we'll find out where we land at the end of
yeah,
the episode. Stay tuned.
yeah,
But Terrifier 3 picks up right where Terrifier 2 left off with Art the Clown. Heart the Clown? That's a different movie. Art the Clown, played by David Howard Thornton, coming back from the dead, to go after Sienna Lauren Rivera. And it's kind of funny because when he comes back, he doesn't have a head due to the events of
yeah, yeah.
Terrifier 2. But so Art's body's got to get to his head, and the best way to get around town is public transportation. Taking the subway or the bus,
Dude,
and
I that scene, like I always love that scene because like he first it was just him at first, and then his like I don't know, I want to say his girlfriend, but
yep,
I forgot her fucking name.
right. It's
Oh, I forgot her name.
the girl from Terrifier 1, like the one at the end.
With all the fucked up face.
Yep,
I know I love it, but I keep forgetting her dang name.
Victoria,
So
I
it was like,
think.
yeah, there you go, Victoria,
Yeah,
Vicky. There you go,
Vicky. Yeah,
Vicky.
Vicky. Yeah.
Vicky. So they're in the subway, and there's a guy that comes in with with dressed up as art.
Yep.
He's like, dude, I was gonna put blood on me, but it was like too messy. I'm like, can I take a picture? I'm like, oh my God, like I can't. I love that.
I do too. So, so Art the Clown has a good decoy head while he rides the public transportation. He's very clever, that Art the
Yeah.
Clown. Um and you get there's a little bit like Sienna and her brother Jonathan, who totally reminds me of Steve Smith from the cartoon American Dad, the son on that cartoon. Guy
I don't watch
reminds me.
American
Oh
Dad.
well, if you did, you'd be reminded. Jonathan would remind you of Steve Smith. But anyway, um, he they're starting to think about Art the Clown. They're having, they're it's he's gonna come back or whatever and all this. And there's like a really cool part where so like Art the Clown comes back to life, and then he goes into like this attic or whatever and just sits there and with Vicky, and she like goes in the tub and like slits her wrists and all this and like bleeds out.
Pretty much she kills herself, but then she comes back.
Yeah. So they sit there for like a whole year from like Halloween until Halloween, and he's all covered in dust
Yep.
and all like like dried out and everything, and all of a sudden he's like crack, 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 like starts coming back. Um, and then a lot of hijinks and shenanigans ensue. There's a lot of murders. There's a lot of um, carnage and gore and creative mutilations and a lot of humor too, actually.
Well,
What's
it's
one
like a more of a dry humor.
dry humor, very dark, if you think people getting murdered is funny kind of humor. But I'm thinking of the scene with where they're in the bar and Clint Howard is there to start
Oh
with.
yeah,
And
that was funny. Like he comes in and it's like they're all well, first he was all having a blast and Santa was having two girls on his lap, like just completely like wasted. And like Art the Clown comes in just like, oh, Santa. That scene kind of reminds me of Elf, you know, that movie Elf.
right?
Like he's like,
Like Santa's here,
yeah,
yay! Like if Art the
yeah,
Clown talked, that's what he'd be saying. But
yep,
instead, he's just act like, oh, he's super
yep.
pumped to see Santa.
And then like he sits on Santa's lap and he pisses himself, and that's when
It was all fun and games until he pissed himself while sitting on
yep.
Santa's lap, and then it all went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he even took Santa's beard for his he took his outfit and he took his beard, which he kind of wears down around here like the entire like he never has it up on his face where it actually belongs. It's always like hanging
Well,
down.
he Art the Clown did kind of put his beard right there, but it was more so like down here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what other scenes do you want to talk about in this movie, Breezy?
Dude, that shower scene. Oh, that is like my favorite.
With the chainsaw?
Damn right.
Do you want to
Oh,
tell the listeners what happens in that scene?
well, there's a sex scene,
Right.
and like they were really getting it on in the shower,
Mm-hmm.
and like Art was in there, and he was going to the bathroom, and then all of a sudden he sees these two couple having sex in the shower, and then all of a sudden, like that front chainsaw like just cut through the glass and just
Yeah.
just a bloody mess.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And then he's after they get done killing those two, then you see Art in Santa Claus outfit. He's still wearing the Santa Claus outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he lays down in the blood, and then all of a sudden he does this like little snow angel with the blood on the floor.
Yeah. Exactly. You missed one
Love
key,
it.
vitally important detail of that scene, and that's where the chainsaw goes on the gentleman, and he gets a chainsaw enema basically right up the
Yeah,
old
didn't that
yin
make you
yang
cringe?
a little bit.
Right on his like kind of his dick, and then his well it actually starts on his butthole all the way up,
Right.
but still in the middle.
Yeah. It's like,
I'm like,
woo.
you can actually see his junk though.
Yeah. So there,
Making you cringe, Matt?
just a little bit, like
Yeah, see,
just like
Matt just
sliding under the
cringing a little bit just
table.
thinking that scene. Like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah. Um, and then later there's a scene with some rats and a funnel, and basically he shoves like the funnel in the person's mouth, and then feeds rats down the tube, so they go down the like inside the person to chew and gnaw their way out, and that's if you've
yeah.
used
See,
your
I don't really care for like rats or that kind of like rats in my
right.
mouth. I'm like, oh my God. It doesn't
Yeah.
make me cringe. I'm like, yeah,
Right. If you really use your imagination, it's like, ugh, don't think about it. Don't think about it.
yeah, don't go there.
Right. Um, Meanwhile, there's some story about how Sienna and like her dad drew comic books, and he like drew her as an angel, and that's where she got her inspiration from her iconic Halloween costume from Terrifier 2, and she has this sort of angel identity, and it's kind of hinted at that when she has her magical dagger sword thing, and they never really come right out and say it, but it's basically like Art the Clown is some sort of demon, something from hell, and that Sienna is some sort of angel or somehow has angel powers or holiness, and that's why
Yeah.
Art and her are at odds with each other and fighting. And I think more of that'll be revealed in part four. There is going to be a part four, and I think
Yep.
I don't know, is that going to be the last one?
That's what I've been hearing. It's going to be the last one.
And what
Much
I've
like, no, I want more Art the Clown.
I know, right? And from what
There's
I've
so much. There's so much to reveal on Art the Clown, though.
right, exactly.
So,
We can talk about Art the Clown all day. Art the Clown
oh yeah,
is an icon. Like Art the Clown, I can remember I hadn't seen like I hadn't seen Terrifier, but Terrifier 2 hadn't come out yet, but it was like the Crypticon before Terrifier 2 came out, and like everywhere was like Art the Clown, Terrifier, Art the Clown, Terrifier, Terrifier 2, Art Krispies, and like women hanging upside down, getting sawed in half, and I'm like, what is this? Like it was like the biggest thing to hit horror in like a decade. Like I can't remember the
yeah,
last time something has had this big of a impact or like a phenomenon in the horror scene. Like,
yeah. I think we talked about that when we did the episode of Terrifier 1. Our
yeah,
very first episode, actually. And like, I think I said, like, back then when Terrifier 1 came out, I couldn't understand why it was such a big hit.
right,
And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take it. I want to watch it. Now I can see why it's a big hit because now I love it.
right. And I was me personally when I was like, "Oh, big deal! It's a clown. We've seen it before. You know, we've seen it. We've seen Captain Spaulding and House of a Thousand Corpses. We've seen how many other clown horror clowns. So I was like, "Oh, big whoop, another clown." But there's something about David Howard Thornton and how he plays art and how he has like this mime like energy with his body and just the way he moves and the way he acts and his reactions. It's just really how he can be so horrible and like ruthless and yet somehow still sort of funny and quirky and lovable at the same time, for lack of a better way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, it's art though. It's like, yeah, it's what he does. It's art. You
And I
can't
got to
stay
sneeze.
mad at him. Bless you.
I got to sneeze. Sorry about that. I got to sneeze.
Bless you. You're
I know.
allergic to Art the
Like,
Clown.
huh?
You're allergic to Art the Clown.
Oh, God. I hope not. No.
Yeah. So, what else do you want to talk about with Terrifier 3? What am I forgetting?
I like really like how it's like Christmassy because like when I like how I actually yes I really like this how it's a Christmassy and I really hope like number four can be like maybe turn into like more of an Easter.
That would be interesting. Yeah, because Terrifier 1
That's
and 2
what I think.
Terrifier 1 and 2 are both
What?
Halloween. Oh, sorry. Terrifier 1 and 2 are both Halloween. And so part 3 being Christmas, then that would make sense to have part 4 be Easter or another holiday. Make it St. Patrick's Day and have them
Yeah.
fight Leprechaun. Make it a crossover.
Oh, Leprechaun's not going to survive that. I will tell you that right now.
Right? Exactly. Maybe that's what we should do in March, like when they have March Madness. We should make our brackets with all the different killers and have people vote who would beat who and do like the
Oh,
elimination brackets.
oh
That's
yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
that's an idea
But
for
no,
a late.
I like that. I like that scene. Where's it? It's like it. I don't know what's a technical name for like nitrous or whatever it is, like cold stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, liquid nitrogen. I
Liquid
was gonna,
nitrogen. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
liquid
So
nitrogen,
like
the super freezing
yeah,
cold stuff.
he did that to Santa Claus, and you just like boom right on his like legs and arms, and I'm like,
Mm.
ooh, that's gotta hurt. And
Oh
then
my
he did
God.
it on his face, just like smash, smash, smash.
Yeah. Right now, it's so cold out in Minnesota. It almost feels like your fate that would happen to you if you went outside. Like if you stayed outside for
Oh
too
yeah.
long, your face would just freeze up, and then someone could walk up behind you and just smash you. And you just like,
I
damn you,
can see that. Yeah.
Minnesota. So, getting back to what I asked at the beginning of the episode, which do you think this one is the best, or do you think part two is better?
See, a lot of people like number two. To me, I didn't really care for number two.
Uh-huh.
I like number three. I don't
Nice.
know. I think because number three is a lot more bloodier and a lot more gross than number
Yeah,
two and
but
number
no,
one.
right.
What about
Number
you?
number two is pretty bloody and gross though. You have the
I
bleach and
know it.
the salt and the
Well, yeah, that and the bleach, but I don't know. I just feel like like number three better. I think it has more blood and more intense stuff than number two, even though I do kind of like number two, but I don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna be the asshole and go against everyone and say I like Terrifier 1 the best. Um, because I just like it. But I think I like three better. I think three is probably the best. Three is probably my favorite. I mean, it's got Clint Howard in it, for God's sakes. How
Right,
can you go
right. That
wrong? What does
so I don't.
Terrifier 3 have that the other Terrifiers don't have? Clint Howard, if nothing else.
Yeah, you got to have Clint Howard in there.
Yeah, exactly. You get
So what's
Santa.
your yeah? What's your favorite scene in Terrifier 3?
My favorite scene is the entire part with the bar where he meets Santa and they're joking around and they're having fun and it's all fun and games and then he pees himself on Santa and then it starts going south and then it gets very bad for everyone involved. Santa doesn't make it to see the end. That's probably my favorite part of the whole movie.
Right,
I saw that in the theater and
for
Aaron with
sure.
Aaron and he was just well we both were, but just laughing and laughing and laughing at that. It was awesome. This
It's
is a
very
fun movie
awesome.
to see in the theater because of the people's reactions too.
Well, yeah, I was sitting in the theaters and I was sitting right next to Ryan O'Connor,
Hmm.
big huge Terrifier fan, and during like I think it was during the shower scene, and I looked at him. He had his popcorn in his hand. He was just doing like this. So I'm like that, and then I was like, it was just the environment of
Yep.
watching Terrifier 3 with a whole bunch of other Art the Clown fans and horror fans. It's the feeling that it's like, wow, I really you enjoy the movie so much more because at the end everybody was like clapping and hooting Howard, and it's like you don't get that very often in movie theaters. You just
Yep.
don't.
Exactly. I agree completely. And it also goes to show, well, I mean, obviously this is part three, so it's not original, but Art the Clown in general, like showing how it's okay to do an original idea. It doesn't always have to be a reboot or a remake or we're gonna redo Friday the 13th, we're gonna redo Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we're gonna redo Nightmare on Elm Street. It's like, no, come up with something original, and
Yeah.
and at first, when I was like, "Oh, Art the Clown, it's a clown," we've seen it. That's not original, but it's totally different. Like they're both demonic, weird, evil clowns, but in completely different ways. Pennywise and
Well, don't
Art.
jinx it because don't jinx it because probably somebody else is going to take Terrifier and spin around. I'm like, no, leave it alone.
Exactly. All right.
Because you got to have David Howard Thornton. He plays a fabulous job of playing Art.
Yep. What was the movie we saw? I can't remember the name of it. Where they were like hunting. They were like killers. Was it just like a number? David Howard Thornton was in it. He had like the green mask.
Oh, the meat one?
Yeah, like
I've seen that.
they were. It was a movie we did for the show, and they were like hunting each other down. It was almost like the movie 31, but it was different. Anyway, I'll have to
I
go
don't
through.
think we reviewed the mean one though.
No, not the mean one. No, this was it was like a game where there was the four people murdering people. It,
Oh,
it was
Stream?
Stream. Yeah, see, I remembered
Yeah,
it right
Stream.
when you
Yeah.
said it.
Yep. when you say video games, stream.
Stream. So if you need more David Howard Thornton, stream, and you can see him in a non-clown form with still with the same physical energy and working his magic, being the silent murderer that he is.
Right?
Yes,
So how do you like that? Kind of like that. Well, it's sort of like that fight between Sienna and Art
oh,
at the very end.
that's really cool. That's like a
Yeah,
nice epic fight scene. Yeah.
the ending, man.
Yeah. And supposedly Terrifier 4 is gonna explain everything and wrap it all up together. So we'll
Yep,
see. The director, the writer, Damien
David Levine.
Leone, yeah,
Yep.
it just he's just been doing an amazing job, and I hope he just keeps doing it, cranking out the
I
Terrifiers.
I don't want him to stop because
I know,
there's
right?
like Terrifier. Like I know they're wrapping up Terrifier 4, but it's like there. I feel like there should be more to Art because,
Yep,
like I said, there's a lot of Art the Clown that we don't know about.
exactly.
So maybe a 4, I don't know, but
Maybe they'll make an Art the Clown prequel series called,
maybe.
you know. So I probably don't even need to ask, but what would you rate Terrifier 3?
Oh gosh, 10 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah. Same here,
For
10 out of
sure.
10. I'm pretty sure I rated Terrifier 1 10 out of 10, and I'm pretty sure I rated Terrifier 2 10 out of 10,
Yeah, I
maybe.
believe so.
And the streak continues. 10 out of 10.
For
So
sure, man.
it's if you haven't seen it, you need to see Terrifier 3. You should see if you're a horror fan and you like slasher movies and you haven't seen any of the Terrifier movies, you should fix that and you should watch all three of them. But especially now
Yeah.
because it's Christmas and Terrifier 3, Santa, Christmas, Art
Killer
the Clown.
Santa's on the loose.
Exactly. And then you should watch Silent Night, Deadly Night, just because.
That's good. Those are good movies too.
Yep. All right. Any final words for Terrifier 3?
No on for 3, but however, Crypticon just announced their dates, which is in October.
Hmm.
That's a like
It's later than
they,
usual.
yeah, later than usual, but their hotel, you can book the hotel now, you can get their tickets, and now they're starting to announce celebrity guests now.
Okay.
So
Have they announced anyone yet?
yeah, they have. I
Oh,
think like
cool.
4 or 5 already.
Oh, shoot. I need to go on their page and
Yeah, go
look.
on and look.
All right. All right. So that's it for Terrifier 3. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell anyone that's a horror fan to listen to Talk Bloody to Me. And thanks so much.
Thank you.